Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. This is Jar of Fireflies. My name is Hannah, and here you will find videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And tonight is Shabbat. Okay, I bring you today yet another Shabbat prep video because this week, I don't know, I just didn't quite get around to filming so much this week, and now it's Friday, and if I'm gonna get a video out by Monday, I better get to filming today because I obviously cannot film tomorrow or edit tomorrow or anything else like that because I will be observing a Shabbat. So, filming today, editing Sunday, putting this out to you Monday morning. Okay, so I started off my day with a little bit of self-care. I painted my nails, yay! And I did a little bit of baking so I could have a delicious breakfast. Also, that was an order. My bakery is unofficially reopened. Before the pandemic, I was selling bread out of my house, and now I am about to relaunch that home bakery business. I took one order this week, like very unofficially. I need to get printer ink to print my new labels. I got a new logo, things like that. So yeah, it's coming together, and next week I should be able to launch for reals. Anyhow, the house is kind of crazy. We've had a lot of guys in here working this week, putting up more trim and painting and working outside and just all kinds of stuff. So everything's kind of a mess. And of course I have kids, so yeah. So I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of straightening up to do. We are having guests tonight for dinner. I am super stoked about that. So that's like a little bit of extra pressure that I kind of want the house to look presentable. Got a little bit of cleaning up and work and things to do. And I want to figure out something to make for dessert tonight. I have no idea, no clue. But yeah, we'll get there. It's just after 8 a.m. now, so I do have plenty of time, even with Shabbat's early start time thanks to winter. Speaking of 8 a.m., I just had a muffin. I made carrot raisin muffins this morning, super delicious. I didn't eat until 8 a.m. this morning. Usually I wake up and like have a bowl of cereal or something right away. This morning I did not. I woke up, I had my tea, and that was it. I am considering trying intermittent fasting, where you do that 8 hours where you can eat and 16 hours where you don't eat. So I don't know, if anybody has ever done that before, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that, or if you've heard of it or considered it. I'd love to know what you think. I am thinking about trying that. So I tried to push off breakfast a little bit this morning. So I made it till 8 a.m. and I think that's pretty good for me. Yeah, because I was up at 6. But anyhow, let me know your thoughts on that. I would love to hear. All right, I'm gonna get to cleaning up. Right now, my toddler is awake. The older 2 are asleep, so I'm gonna take advantage of not really needing to do a whole lot because my toddler is super chill in the morning, and I'm gonna go work on some straightening up and cleaning up. All right, let's do this. I decided to start here in the living room because this was just some basic tidying up, just kind of picking up pillows off the floor and that sort of thing. Also, there were boxes kind of all over the room in here. We don't have a bookshelf yet for this room for where the kids' books are all going to go, so I just have all these boxes of the kids' books all over the floor. I had them in kind of a nice pile, and then the kids have been using them to build counters for stores and restaurants and I don't know, whatever else they're doing with their imaginative play. So I really wanted to kind of get them somewhere else sort of out of the way so that this room would look a little bit more like a living room. Having all of the boxes all over the house has been a little hard for me. It started to kind of grate on my nerves. Like at first it was fine, we're moving, but now it's been a few weeks and I'm like, okay, let's get all this unpacked. But unpacking when you have 3 kids to take care of and a husband and a house and I don't know, yourself somewhere in there, it just seems like it's never quite coming together. But we are making progress slowly but surely. All right, so after I finished there in the living room, I moved on to getting some laundry going and then just hand washing a few dishes that needed to get done before diving into the dishwasher to empty and reload that. Yes, my husband is back from his out-of-town trip and we could not be more thrilled. It's always more fun to have him around during Shabbat prep, and Shabbat is just a lot more interesting when he's here.
Okay. Can I cook or?
You can do whatever you like. I was just trying to clean up a little bit. Do you want me to wait and do it later, or do you want me to go ahead and get these dishes out of your way? All right.
Huh?
Get out of your hair. I can wash my hair.
Oh.
All done? Thank you. Yeah, I'll put it in here. You want to do it? close it up.
So there you go with a bit more candid look at our Shabbat prep. So here's some of the food that my husband is getting ready to make: sauteing some onions, getting some eggs and potatoes boiled, also deep frying some jalapeno and serrano peppers, all to make salads and things for our dinner tonight, our Shabbat dinner. My husband generally does most of our Shabbat cooking, so this is completely normal for us.
Okay, so it is about mid-afternoon right now at about 2:30, and they're still doing work on our house. So I haven't even been able to get into the dining room to clean the dining room or start getting the table ready. So yeah, I think we're gonna be cutting it close as far as that goes today. But I've been working on other things around the house, getting the laundry folded and put away, cleaning up the kitchen. I still have not figured out what to do for dessert. I think I'm just going to put some cookies in the oven that I have in the refrigerator. Like I have the tear and bake cookie dough. Hopefully I still have that. So that's kind of what's going on here. Just kind of chugging along, getting things done and having fun. Okay, let's get back to it.
Okay, so I went back to a little bit more straightening up while my husband was off supervising some of the work going on in the house and getting a few things done himself. He has been hanging some ceiling fans for us, and he's putting a new lock on the door as I clean. So just things like that, which are fun, and getting our house a little bit more complete, which I greatly appreciate. And that gave me a chance to clean up after some of his cooking. He is quite messy in the kitchen. He is not a clean as you go person the way that I am, but that's okay. We make it work. So here's some of the food that he had done: those fried peppers. There's some deep fried eggplant that will turn into a couple of different salads for us later on. And now I can get back to the never-ending chore of laundry. I always like to do all of our laundry on Fridays because I don't want to have to think about laundry, and I want to make sure that we have everything that we need clothes-wise to go through Shabbat, because I obviously can't do any laundry tomorrow because of Shabbat rules. And Sundays are usually days where there's just a little bit going on with scouting and things like that. So it's nice to not have to think about laundry there for a couple of days. After that, I just moved over into the master bathroom to straighten up in there a little bit and just kind of give everything a wipe down with some Clorox wipes. Okay, now time for a slightly more fun job than cleaning toilets. My daughter picked out a nail polish color from my nail polish. She chose this very deep dark blue, which I thought was just gorgeous with the blue dress that she wore on Saturday. So we painted her nails, and that was just a fun little together time for us. We've done this now a couple of weeks in a row, so maybe it's becoming a tradition for us. We shall see. After her nails were done, I folded all the little kitchen towels that I had brought in from the laundry so that I could have a nice clear counter to make dessert.
Okay, so I looked in the fridge and there are no cookie dough packages. So yeah, we are fresh out of cookie dough, so I gotta figure out something else to do for dessert tonight. I was looking around online, I thought, oh, I'll make apple fritters, but it's probably not the right time to be trying out a new recipe 2 hours before Shabbat starts. So I'm just gonna grab a cake mix from the pantry and make it in a fancy cake pan. And then I can put a glaze on top of that. Later this evening. I'll make the glaze before Shabbat, have it ready to go, and then I can just put that on top later, and voila, fancy dessert. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's do it.
So I started grabbing all of my cake ingredients together. It's just a cake mix, so it's super easy. It's just like add the eggs in the oil to this cake mix. And I'm using the Bob Red Mills just vanilla cake mix or yellow cake mix, whatever it is. Very easy to do, very yummy. I quite enjoyed it. I did add an extra egg to the mix just to try to make it a little bit better. And then I got this somewhat brilliant idea. Instead of putting it in a fancy cake pan, I put it on a baking tray, and then I baked that. And my intention here is to then cut the very thin layer of cake and make little bitty layer cakes that I can give my guests. So here I am just making some icing that I'll be able to use for that. It's just powdered sugar, soy milk, and Crisco. And then I added a little bit of purple food coloring because that was the most exciting color that I had in my cookie decorating box back there. There is the cake. It is cooling on its cooling rack, and so far, so good. Here's my husband showing off dinner tonight. This is our Moroccan fish. I do hope to be doing a Moroccan fish cooking video to teach you all how to make that soon. And there's my toddler. He was helping me with the icing, so I gave him the whisk, whatever you call it there, to enjoy while I was working on getting the icing bag together. Okay, storing that icing bag there, and I'm ready to take the cake off the rack. And as I did so, I realized that I had put the cookie rack upside down, so it made all these marks in the cake, but that's okay. So I started just using a small round cookie cutter to cut little circles in the cake. There might be about an inch across, maybe slightly larger. And then I brought them all over to a flat tray so that I could pipe some icing on top. That was just gonna be a lot easier than trying to use a knife, and a lot quicker. And I added the second layer, and then I started adding more icing, and then I started adding the third layer, and then they all started falling over. And so I brought it back down to 2 layers and topped it off with just a large sprinkle. And yeah.
Womp womp on the dessert. Not exactly what I was thinking when I saw that on Pinterest, but hey, here we are. And you know what? The kids are gonna love it.
So when I served these after dinner, I ended up serving them and calling them Dr. Seuss cakes, and everyone laughed, and it was a great hit.
They've already told me how excited they are to eat it. So yeah, everything else is ready to go. The bread is over here on the hot plate. The fish is over here ready to go. My husband made a whole bunch of salads. The guys that have been working on the house are all clearing out right now, and that's about it. I have got 10 minutes until Shabbat starts. So I am going to shut the phone off now and go set the table and, I don't know, try to clean up in here maybe a little bit more before my friends come over. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So Shabbat Shalom is what we say going into Shabbat. So, oh my word, what a day. It's like, this is the way Shabbat always seems to be, where everything is like this total whirlwind, and you're like, how is everything even going to get done? And there's so much to do, and you're like, how is it all possibly going to come together? And then like magic, it does. Somehow, it just always does. So anyways, I'm gonna go now, set the table, and just, just finish the Shabbat. I'm like on Shabbat right now. But thank you all so much for watching. I super appreciate you. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. It is a small thing, but it helps my channel out a lot, and it helps me know what kinds of videos you guys like to see. And please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to see you here again, and drop me a note down in the comments, and let's get that conversation going. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload.